So I'm here with 2025 Javelin National Champion Curtis Thompson. Another meet going over 80 meters, 83.98. 4 throws over 80 meters today. How do you feel about today's performance?
I feel really good. I'm excited about the execution that we did, the game plan that we had coming into this meet. We did exactly what we were supposed to. Had a couple small things that pop up, but we were able to maneuver and do what we got to do.
So you had a massive opener at the Texas Relays earlier, so you're throwing over 87 meters. How'd you feel about that throw when you hit it, and how'd you feel that was going to set you up for the rest of the season? And how'd you deal with that for your following meets leading into nationals?
One of the things with that first meet, had months on top of training leading into that. So very consistent training all in off season leading into that first meet, and executing with that behind it gives us those big throws. When we get into season, it's just a matter of things pop up, training gets broken up here and there. So it's just about trying to learn and navigate through that so that we can go ahead and continue to get to those bigger throws. So what do I take from that first meet? The things that worked those months leading into Texas, let's implement them more and then kind of look at that to see if we can get ready for Worlds and do the right thing in the next month, 2 months.
Can you break down exactly what you guys were doing different in the offseason to lead it to such a massive opener?
Yeah, it's not anything like secretive or new. It's when I say the consistency, there was no breakup in training. I was able, thankfully, to train for months without sickness or fatigue, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't train today. Like, we were able to train every day, leading up. There was no break. And then also we were able to focus on some things that when we look back on Paris, what were some of the things that we were lacking. So we kind of focused on that, so it becomes second nature.
So explaining your Paris experience, last time we talked was at Jav Fest. It was your last meet prior to Paris. How was your Paris experience, and what do you think you learned from that competition?
Yeah, Paris experience was great. It was the first Olympics where I was able to walk around. We didn't have, COVID that we had to deal with. I was able to sightsee. My family was able to get out there. So the experience as a whole was great. What did I learn? I really learned that our preparation and our ability to adapt and deal with any adversity, we were able to go ahead and feel prepared. Like, I felt really prepared. It just didn't click. And looking at it, I could obviously go, oh my goodness, why didn't it click? I'm gonna try and figure it out, but it's just one of those. It just didn't click. So we learned that what we did preparing for Paris was great. We can do it again, and then we can understand. See, can we make it click this time?
Here's a question. How you've been doing this for so long at such a high level. How does an 80-meter throw now feel versus an 80-meter throw feel when you were like in college or just recently post-collegiate?
I guess the best comparison is weightlifting, running, whatever it is. If you PR in something, it feels crazy, as in like felt like nothing, or felt like, oh my goodness, that was the hardest thing in the world. But then when you keep doing it and your mind goes, oh, it's possible. You've done it before. When you do it again and again and again, then it's like, okay, that next feeling, where is that? Well, after 80, it's 85. After 85, it's 90. After, and it just builds on that. And I think just keeping each step at a time, that's what it is.
Final question. What is your plan leading into Tokyo? Are you going to be doing any more meets? What training are you going to do that might be even a little different than when you led into Paris to get the best result you can?
Yeah, looking to hopefully compete in 1 or 2 meets in this next month leading into Tokyo. But training-wise, was looking most likely, I'll talk to Coach and he'll probably correct me on this, but looking to try and build a little bit for these next 2 weeks. And then get ready for, start tapering off and getting ready for Tokyo.
Yeah, it's been a really long season, especially, your World Championships in September. That's got to be, how did that let guys affect your training plan, especially when you're trying to map out that season with how many meets you were doing and which meets you thought were like, these are the meets we want to perform at?
I've gotten to a point where there were seasons where I tried to strategically pick meets, what I want to do, and try to place it like that. What we learned about myself is I like to compete. I enjoy competing. I don't really enjoy just training. So being able to compete as much as I can, as I'm healthy, has been the biggest thing. So having a late season, it's not as foreign because I feel like within the past 4 years, we probably had 2 or 3 late seasons for meets. So kind of just enjoying it all the way through. And then once it's done, then you take your break, and then you get back and you go, man, I want to get back into it. And you get back into training. So once that kind of goes away, then we'll have to start thinking, what's wrong with you?
I love to see the passion, Curtis. It's always awesome talking to you. Congratulations on another national championship. 83-98, Curtis Thompson, your 2025 USA Men's Javelin National Champion.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so much.